Genetically modified foods cause cancer, and I think you'll agree with me, there is a lot of sickness on the planet today. Increase hygiene, sanitation, and nutrition.
Do you know that DNA damage lies at the heart of devastating diseases like cancer? Barbara O'Neill reveals the 7 hidden culprits silently attacking our DNA and wreaking havoc on our health. But there's hope. Our bodies are designed to heal.
The human body was designed to heal itself, and it will heal itself if you give it the right conditions.
With the right foods, we can repair our DNA and reclaim our well-being. In this video, Barbara highlights the foods that keep our DNA intact, as well as 2 powerful herbs that can transform your gut, a powerful organ that stands as our first line of defense against the forces of disease. First, let's understand about DNA.
And to understand how the human body heals itself, we need to go down to the smallest component, which is the cell. Right down in the middle of each cell is the DNA. The DNA is the genetic code. It's inside the nucleus. We are constantly being remade, and we're being remade according to the DNA. Did you know that our eye cells are remade every 1 to 2 days? The next quickest are the cells that line our gastrointestinal tract. They're remade every 3 to 5 days. We've got a new skin every month. We have new bones about every 3 months. We have a new liver about every 6 weeks. So we're constantly being remade. I think it takes approximately 2 years. After 2 years, we have a new body. This body is constantly being remade, and it's being remade according to the genetic code inside every cell of the body. Why is there damage in the DNA? Especially when you realize that there are enzymes that are constantly threading up and down those strands, and their role is to heal any glitches.
When DNA is damaged, the body loses its ability to heal itself. Barbara O'Neill identifies 7 critical factors that harm our DNA and compromise our health. The good news, by addressing these 7 causes, we can empower our bodies to repair themselves and even fight off diseases, including cancer. First factor is mineral deficiency in our foods.
Food makes up our DNA. Why is there damage in the DNA? Today, research is showing that 92% of DNA damage is caused by mineral deficiency. And the substance that glues these amino acid strands to the outside bands of the polysaccharides is minerals. The food that is the highest in minerals is vegetables, and the vegetable that is the highest in minerals is your dark green leafy vegetables. What we have to do is have a look at how those vegetables are grown. But we're finding people today who are even eating a lot of fruits and vegetables and are finding out that they're mineral deficient, and it's because of the way that they're grown. But foods that are grown in the ground and eaten very quickly after they've been picked are very high in these basic things.
So in order to prevent mineral deficiency, we should eat more dark green leafy vegetables, preferably organic and fresh produce. The next cause of diseases are chemicals.
Chemicals. It is estimated 30,000 new chemicals are introduced to mankind every year. Make a decision to become chemical-free. Go for organically grown fruits and vegetables as much as possible. One form of chemicals, not often seen as such, is drug therapy. Drugs never cure disease, they just change the form and location of the disease, and I'm referring to their side effects. Now, if someone's been on say, antidepressants or cortisone drugs for many years, I do caution you must not stop them straight away. It's important, if you are on any medication, to find someone who can work with you to show you alternatives and slowly come off them. It can be quite dangerous to stop them outright.
Next is genetically modified food.
Genetically modified foods. Genetically modified foods cause cancer because genetically modified foods are a result of the DNA of 2 species being spliced together. What is known is the substances that are broken down in the body after eating genetically modified foods are not known in the body and have the ability to tamper and even damage our DNA.
The fourth cause of disease is electromagnetic field.
Electromagnetic field excess. We are electrical people. We have a spark of electricity in every cell. Our nervous system specifically is our electrical system. Electromagnetic field has the ability to tamper or interfere with your electromagnetic field, causing damage at the cellular level, even at the DNA level. In humans, they are 10 hertz. That's the electromagnetic field in humans. And that's, I think it's 10 revolutions per second. And with huge power lines, you often get a 50 hertz, and it's well known to cause damage at the cellular level. The farmer knows that he cannot let his cattle graze under those huge towers because stillborns will be a result, even deformities in the little calves. Be very careful of the room that you're sleeping in. We spend a third of our life in that room. Be careful of any electrical equipment in your room. Don't charge your mobile phone in your bedroom or your iPhone, iPad, iPod, computer, television. If you've got no choice, try and do it way over in the far corner. So always address where you're sleeping. Even where the head of your bed is, the wall, make sure there's not the meter box the other side of the wall.
The fifth cause of disease is stimulants.
Stimulants have the ability to tamper with your DNA.
Today, for popular stimulants are widely consumed, and it's crucial to be aware of their impact on your health.
One is sugar. We have 400 diabetics being diagnosed every day in Australia at the moment. That's an epidemic. Diabetes was not known on the planet till sugar was well established. What does sugar do? How does it cause diabetes? It causes a massive blood sugar level rise. And then the pancreas has to respond with a massive amount of insulin to get that blood sugar level down again. And then the person usually goes too low, and so they go and get another little bit of sugar. And so what they're often doing, you'll find that their blood sugars are like this all day long. Crisis, 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 crisis. And eventually, the pancreas just says, I've had enough, and it doesn't produce insulin anymore. Diabetes mellitus simply means sweet urine. So when the pancreas isn't releasing insulin, then the insulin can't be stored in the cell, it stays in the blood and it spills out into the urine. In Australia today, we're looking at about fourth generation sugar abuse. Granted, many people don't realise they're abusing sugar, but it is a highly addictive drug. Caffeine interferes with the neurotransmitters in the brain, and when the neurotransmitters in the brain are being interfered with daily, every day, coffee, coke, chocolate, then that couple can give birth to a baby who has a tendency or a susceptibility to mental illness because of the disruption in neurotransmitters that constantly happening begins to affect the DNA. Tobacco is well researched, not only the effect of the unborn baby when the woman smokes, but also the defective DNA that a woman gives through it. Not only a woman, but of course the father also can give a defective DNA through to the child. Alcohol, fetal alcohol syndrome is a condition that children can be born with to parents that drink 2 drinks a week. That's not very much. There's a lot of information coming out more and more today on how damaging the alcohol is, not only to the cells of the human body, but how it affects the DNA.
The sixth cause of disease is anger.
Anger. I have a book called Lessons from Water by a Japanese scientist, and he did a lot of research on water, and he found that when he shouted at the water, had heavy rock music, anger, violence, and then he'd look at the water under the microscope, and the perfect forms would all be marked. And then he would do another experiment where he had classical music and love, joy, peace, even those words. What he found amazing was if he put the word hate on the jar that the water was, it marred them. If he put the word love on the jar where the water was, it didn't mar them at all. Interesting. And we are much water. We are 75% water from the neck down, 85% water from the neck up. And so when a person is constantly subjected to anger and violence, it can damage the cells to the point of even damaging the DNA.
The final cause of disease that Barbara points out is yeast.
Fungus. If you look in nature, you will see that fungus can splice into the DNA of many plants. The people that live in the mouldy house have to get out of the mouldy smelly house. So the smoker has to stop
contrôler la colère et
smoking.
gérer l'exposition aux
Antibiotics should be
moisissures sont
used
essentiels au
only
maintien
as
de la santé dans la dernière
life-saving
partie de
resort.
cette
In
Barbara.
summary, eliminating 7 key causes of disease from our lives is essential to support the body's natural healing process. These causes include mineral deficiencies, harmful chemicals, genetically modified foods, electromagnetic fields, and stimulants
Ces
such as sugar,
micro-organismes aident à
caffeine,
préserver
tobacco,
l'intégrité de la
and
muqueuse
alcohol.
intestinale,
Additionally,
augmentent
managing
l'absorption
anger
des
and
nutriments
addressing
et se
mold
défendent
exposure are
contre les
critical
agents
for maintaining
pathogènes
health.
nocifs.
In the final part of this
Barbara met
video,
également en
Barbara
évidence
O'Neill
2 herbes
emphasizes the crucial
spécifiques
role
qui
of gut
renforcent et maintiennent
microflora,
la
the
paroi
community of
intestinale.
beneficial microorganisms in the
Ouvrant la
gut,
voie à
in
une
supporting
santé
gut
et une
cells, which
récupération
are essential for
optimale,
the body's
passons
healing
maintenant à
process.
l'intestin humain.
These microorganisms help
Tout ce
preserve
dont
the
l'intestin
integrity
a
of the gut
besoin est que
lining,
la personne
enhance
prenne un
nutrient
probiotique
absorption,
pendant
and
par voie
defend
orale et
against
vous
harmful
pouvez acheter des
pathogens.
poudres dans le magasin
Barbara
d'aliments
also
naturels
highlights 2
appelé
specific
probiotique et
herbs
le
that
temps de les
strengthen and
prendre est 3
maintain the
quarts
gut
d'heure avant le
wall,
petit
paving the
déjeuner
way
et
for
ensuite
optimal
ces
health and recovery.
micro-organismes peuvent
Now let's
descendre
go
là
to
où
the
nous les voulons
gut
lire.
of the human being.
2
All
herbes
the
qui sont
gut
un peu visqueuses et
needs
c'est
is
bien
for the
qu'ils
person to take
soient
by
glands car
mouth
ils
a
contiennent tous les deux des
probiotic.
substances qui
And you
recouvrent
can
et
buy
guérissent les
powders
intestins
in the
des
health
êtres
food
humains.
shop
L'un
called
est l'aloe vera et
probiotic.
l'autre le bras
And the
glissant. Le
time
bras
to take
glissant
it
est
is
l'écorce en
3/4 of
poudre
an
de
hour
l'orme
before
rouge et c'est un
breakfast,
bon nom parce que
and
quand on
then
met
those
de l'eau avec,
microorganisms
ça
can
semble
go
assez
down
glissant.
to
Les
where
2
we
herbes
want
peuvent
them.
être
There are
utilisées
2
en fait.
herbs
J'ai
that
conseillé une
both are a
semaine dans
little
celle-ci, une fois
slimy,
par
and
semaine
it's
et une
good
fois
that they're
par semaine
slimy
dans celle-ci
because
parce que
they
le corps
both
s'habitue aux
contain
choses et quand l'aloe vera
substances
entre
that
dans
coat,
l'intestin, il
line,
apaise
and
la
heal
muqueuse de
the
l'intestin.
gut of human beings.
Mais il
One is
contient
aloe
également
vera,
un
and
stimulant
the
de croissance et stimule une
other is
cicatrisation
slippery
rapide
elm.
de ces cellules qui
Slippery elm
peuvent
is the
réagir
powdered
rapidement car
bark
elles se
of the
refont tous
slippery
les 3 à
elm
5
tree.
jours.
And it's a good name
L'orme
because
rouge
when you
contient
put water
également un
with it, it
stimulant
looks
de
fairly
croissance.
slippery.
Donc
Both
ces
of
2
these
herbes
herbs
contiennent des
can be
stimulants
used.
de
In fact,
croissance qui
I
ont la
advise a
capacité de
week on this
pénétrer
one,
et
a
de
week on
commencer
that
à
one, a
guérir
week
cet
on this one,
intestin car
because the
cette
body
lacune
gets
dans la
used to
microflore de
things. And
l'intestin
when the aloe
entraîne un
vera
manque de
goes
nutrition
into
de
the
ces
gut,
cellules
it coats,
car cette flore nourrit ici le
the
cellule qui
lining
tapisse
of the
cet
gut.
intestin.
But it also
Vous pouvez
contains a
commencer à
growth
comprendre
stimulant,
pourquoi
and
une
it
personne
stimulates
souffrant de
rapid
problèmes
healing in
intestinaux a
these
du mal à
cells
guérir parce qu'elle ne
that can
bénéficie pas
rapidly
des bonnes
respond
conditions alors que les
because
bonnes
they're
conditions
remade
sont
every
données
3
à
to 5
l'intestin
days.
humain pour
Slippery
qu'il puisse
elm
guérir.
also contains